In her words, Meghan Markle has revealed that she felt unwelcomed by several royal family members. While most of the high-profile royals whisper behind Meghan's back, Lady Colin Campbell has been bold and brave enough to share her thoughts about Prince Harry's wife very publicly. At this point, some royal fans bash Lady Colin for having what appears to be an obsession with the former actress. Lady Colin was recently interviewed by the British media, and she blamed Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, for the chaos created by Megxit. According to Lady Colin, Meghan was the brain behind the operation, and poor Harry did not even know what hit him. The woman behind the book Meghan and Harry, the real story had this revelation to make: I do think Meghan and Prince Harry are in love. She played Harry like a piano, hitting the right keys until she got everything she wanted. Very quickly on how Meghan was cutting a swath through Harry's social life: she didn't approve of this, she didn't approve of that, she is an operator. The royal author went on to share private details about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex by saying that they started having marital issues days after their lavish royal wedding. Lady Colin, a former reality TV star, said 4 days after getting married because the royal family had heard of laughable commercial deals. Lady Colin said there was no way that Queen Elizabeth would have agreed to the pair cutting deals. In another interview, she also shared her opinion on Meghan and Harry's decision to step down as senior members of the royal family by saying, Meghan is a very dominant personality, who has never been shy of walking into a room and taking control of it. She has done that with everybody throughout the whole of her life, and she saw no reason to change when she joined the royal family. Lady Colin concluded by revealing that Meghan and Harry will not be welcomed back into the UK. A critic had this reaction: she's very dangerous, but at some point, her games, tricks, and plans will come to a screeching halt. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry underestimated complexity of Megxit. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry underestimated the complexity of Megxit, according to a royal insider in a new biography. The courtier told the authors of Finding Freedom that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex thought they would simply be able to inform Prince Charles of their decision and trigger an easy extrication from the royal family. They said the royal couple genuinely thought they could negotiate it all over email, give just 3 months' notice and then fly off. The courtier told the authors, they oversimplified what they were asking for. They thought they'd give Charles their rider, negotiate over email, rock up to London, give 3 months' notice and fly back to Canada. This turned out to not be the case at all. The Prince of Wales did not like their original proposal and it required certain adaptations. They were instructed by the Queen not to announce anything until the deal had been hashed out. However, the couple got impatient and announced their decision early, which left the royal family feeling hurt, according to reports. This all culminated in the Sandringham summit where the Queen, Charles, William and Harry met in person to decide what would happen next. After this, an official statement was released, in which the Queen gave her blessing to Harry and Meghan's decision. Soon after, the couple flew to Canada, where they stayed for a few weeks, before moving to California. One of the biggest issues in the Megxit negotiations was, of course, about money. Meghan and Harry were insistent that they could work towards being financially independent, but courtiers felt like it was unrealistic. While it was easy to say they wouldn't take any money from the sovereign grant, it was considered quite another thing to follow through. There were also complex questions to be asked about tax, especially if they kept one foot in the royal family and one foot out. For example, if the Sussexes did some official work, they would have to work out how much of their expenses, such as office-related costs, security and clothes, were private or subject to tax relief. One exhausted aide complained that they had created a complete headache for everyone. What's more, there was a lot of ill will in the royal household and in the family over the way Harry and Meghan had kept them in the dark about their website. A senior Buckingham Palace aide told Omid Scobie and Caroline Durand, the authors of Finding Freedom, that if they had gone about it differently, there may have been a better outcome for them. They said, Harry and Meghan would have reached a more beneficial agreement to allow them to live the life they wanted if they had handled things in a private, dignified manner. Another source said, the courtiers blame Meghan, and some family do. On the other hand, the Duke and Duchess felt like they were being patronized, and that they knew better than courtiers what they themselves wanted. They felt like for the past 2 years, people had merely humored them when they brought up their grievances, but never actually doing anything about it because they did not think that they would do something so drastic as to leave, the book suggests. Indeed, they felt like if the family and co-writers had taken them seriously earlier, they wouldn't be in this situation. Meghan hits back at critics in new video. Meghan Markle has well and truly come into her own in 2020 and has slammed those who have called her recent public announcements controversial. The 39-year-old former royal chatted to senior editor, Ellen Megxit via video link as part of Fortune's Most Powerful Women Summit and remarked on how her public support for the Black Lives Matter movement has been manipulated. If you look back at anything that I've said, it's really interesting because what often ends up being inflammatory it seems is people's interpretation of it. But if you listen to what I actually say it's not controversial, she said. Actually some of it is reactive to things that just haven't happened. In some ways I think you need to have a sense of humor about it even though there is quite a bit of gravity and there can be a lot of danger and misinterpretation of something that was never there to begin with. The mum of one also explained why she's enjoyed the lockdown period which she, Prince Harry and their 1-year-old son Archie have been spending in their Santa Barbara home. For me, it's been amazing to spend time with my husband and watch our little one grow and that's where our attention has been, she explained. In addition to, of course, how we can be a part of the change of energy that so many people are craving right now and whatever we can do to help in that capacity. Meghan signed off with a quote from American artist Georgia O'Keeffe. I have already settled it for myself so flattery and criticism go down the same drain and I am quite free. The Duchess of Sussex's appearance comes shortly after she lost her latest fight in her ongoing legal battle. Meghan is suing Associated Newspapers Limited over articles from February 2019, which featured extracts from a private and confidential letter she sent to her estranged father, Thomas Markle, shortly after her royal wedding. A judge has ruled that the Mail on Sunday can use the biography Finding Freedom in its defense after ANL sought permission to amend its written defense to Meghan's claim to argue she co-operated with the authors of the recently published book Finding Freedom to put out their version of certain events. Meghan and Harry recently denied claims that they will be taking part in a Kardashian-style reality TV series about their lives. The Duke and Duchess are not taking part in any reality shows, the spokesperson said in a statement, according to Express. But despite the couple's hasty denial, a spokesperson for Netflix has confirmed Harry and Meghan are working on several projects for the streaming giant. The couple already has several projects in development, including an innovative nature docu-series and an animated series that celebrates inspiring women. But we are not disclosing any of the programming slate at this time, the spokesperson told the Press Association. Prince Harry, Meghan Markle's eager to return to the UK due to uncertainty with Prince Philip. Even in light of a busy upcoming schedule, especially in light of their new Netflix deal, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have firmly set their sights on returning to the UK for Christmas. According to a source close to Vanity Fair, there's a lot of tradition surrounding the holidays with his family, and they both have really loved that in the past. Thus, even in light of the uncertainty of COVID, they have been taking it one day at a time and are hopeful that they can all go back together and spend it as a family. However, for now the plan is still in the air. Time will tell if that will need to happen and if it could potentially impact what they do and when. Even Prince Harry is, excitedly, awaiting the opportunity as to when baby Archie would finally be able to bond with the Queen one-on-one. A separate source close to the Sun also claims, they may have had all these lofty ideas about producing epics highlighting environmental causes and the poverty gap, but Netflix obviously want their pound of flesh.